Some years ago, I stumbled on this fascinating concept called the gap year, and it blew me away. The idea that you could just step off the treadmill of life, of work, of school, or whatever is going on in your life, and decide to just take a break. Like you just take a whole year doing nothing to figure out your life or to just travel and see the world. It was amazing. It was such a fascinating concept. I spent weeks trying to wrap my head around it. Because here is the thing, I didn't grow up in a society where that was considered normal. To provide context, I'm a Nigerian, and that article was from an American magazine. So it felt so out of touch, out of reach, still fascinating. But because I did not have that example around me, it just felt like something you only read about and not something you can actually do. But yet, somehow, this is me, still a Nigerian, still in Nigeria, and I'm currently 8 months into my own gap year. Yes, I'll tell you how I got here, what a gap year is, and what version of a gap year I'm currently practicing. But before I jump in, if you're curious or passionate about living intentionally, self discovery, and what it feels like or looks like when you give yourself the permission to pause, hit that subscribe button because this is the beginning of my gap year diary. Now, I remember reading that article and I knew the most fascinating thing for me wasn't just the ability to take that break. It was actually the courage behind it. Because in Nigeria, you are literally always on the move. After primary school, you jump straight to secondary school. After secondary school, you jump straight to university. Immediately after university, jump straight into working. And then, before you know it's marriage, childhood, and then it continues with your own children. I was fascinated that some people actually take a step back and ask themselves like, who am I? What do I want to do? How do I want to contribute to this world? What sets me on fire? What is my purpose? It was the courage behind it and the intentionality behind it that blew me away the most. And I could not stop thinking, what would life look like? Or what would I even look like? Or what would it even look like if I ever did that? Now, fast forward, life happened, work, school, but somewhere along the line, my curiosity came back. Because to be honest, after reading that article, and this was over 10 years ago, I was a teenager then, I promised myself that I was going to go on a gap year. So 8 months ago, after many years, 8 months ago, I finally decided in the month of January 2025, I just decided it's time. I finally gave myself permission to try it out. Now, it's not in the fly across the world in a backpack kind of way. No. I gave myself the permission to go on a gap year in my own way. For me, the gap year has been more about exploration. So, for instance, I've been leaning into my writing more and I eventually wrote a book. Then I've been learning data analysis, even though I don't fully own that identity yet. But I'm basically pivoting careers from the customer service role I was holding in a bank. Now I'm pivoting into data analysis. And most importantly, I've been asking deeper questions about who I am and what kind of woman do I want to be. To be honest, it has not been perfect or glamorous. In fact, I've had several moments where there are some answers to these questions that hit me and I'm just like, whoa. It has not been glamorous in any way, but it's easily one of the best decisions I have ever made in my entire life. Here is what I've realized. The gap year is not about money. It's important for me to say this because when a lot of people, especially around me, hear that I'm on a gap year, they're like, wait, so you're just not doing anything. To them, it's like, maybe I'm a trust fund baby or I must have some money stashed somewhere because it's not normal for someone to just stay and decide to not want to do anything for a period of 1 year in this blessed economy. So it's not about money. It's definitely not even about time off. It's more about courage and permission. The permission to step away from the norm, the permission to step away from what's expected, and instead design a season and design a life that is made just for you. And that's why for some people it looks like travel. For others, it's a career reset or a career transition. For me, it's been equal parts discovery, equal parts discipline, and, to be honest, equal parts, a lot of discomfort. But to be honest, it's in that discomfort that you will discover new layers about yourself. Now, if you've ever thought or you've ever felt like, oh, I wish I could just step away for some time and just do what I want or figure myself out, well, you're in luck because today I am going to give you permission. This is your permission slip. Take it seriously. Because at the end of the day, you are going to realize that a gap year is like a game of cards. And every day is like a game of cards shuffled. And you do not know what will come out of it. I can tell you for free that these 8 months of my gap year, not 2 days have been the same. Some days you will have this, another day is going to be this, another day it will be this. No 2 days are the same. And it's that uncertainty, is in that mess and chaos that your life is going to evolve into something really, really beautiful. And to be honest, it doesn't have to be a full year. You're allowed to take just 3 months. You're allowed to make it 6 months. It's your own, it's your life. Design your gap year the way you want and just go for it. Because trust me, you're allowed. You don't have to seek permission from anyone. It's your life. Now, this video is the start of my series, Gap Year Diary. It's in this Gap Year Diary that I'm going to share what I'm learning, some of the things I'm doing, and what this season is teaching me. So if you like something like that, if that resonates with you, hit subscribe, like, and tell me in the comments if you ever had the chance to design your own gap year, even a mini one. What would you do with it? Because for me, honestly, these 8 months have been the most transformative season of my life, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. So I'll see you in my next diary entry. Till then, bye.